try to balance my responsibilities as a GTA with my responsibilities, my other ones as a grad student, is by setting aside a particular amount of time each week to lesson plan or to grade or to speak with a mentor about my teaching. But I really try to be intentional about scheduling when I'm going to work on teaching and when I'm going to do my writing or my research. And I think just acknowledging to yourself that it can be really hard, especially at certain points in the semester, to know which to prioritize can make you feel better. But it's just helpful to sort of track how much time you're spending so that you do a thorough, good, efficient job as a teacher.
There aren't set hours that you work. It's not a 9 to 5 that once you leave that 9 to 5, you're no longer thinking about it. It's something that can take over your life. And so knowing that's important, recognizing that that is a possibility, that there are no set hours, take care of yourself first. If you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to do good research or to serve students in the classroom. Something that's really nice about graduate teaching assistantships is that they're only supposed to be 20 hours. If you're working more than 20 hours a week on your graduate teaching assistantship, you are being overworked for that role. So if you feel like you are having a hard time balancing teaching and research, track your hours.
One thing that I have learned the hard way is that not everyone feels the same way you feel about what you're teaching. Not everyone finds what you're teaching interesting and exciting. Your students have their own reasons for taking your classes, and they're all valid reasons, and they might be different than what you thought. So just don't take it personally. Keep going.
I think some of the best advice I received when I was first teaching was just that you always have an opportunity to redo something that you wish had gone differently. So whether that's an activity that just sort of flopped, or maybe a really crucial moment in discussion that you felt you didn't address correctly, or that you didn't maybe address at all, that you want to go back and address, you can do that the next day. You can do that in an email to your students. So even though what we do in the classroom is really important in the moment, there are always more moments.
The best advice I've gotten as a graduate teaching assistant is that your students are not you, which is such a simple but important message. Because when I think about my own experience, the many different things that shaped my path and brought me here to UVA to study what I study, they're very specific and very personal, and it definitely determined in a way how I approach things and people and problems and issues. And that would look different certainly to different people.
Another advice that applies more to international students is to use your assets. As international students, we bring a completely different perspective that allows me to bring in my classroom a sort of plurality that is not only appreciated by my students, but also encourages them to open up and share their own personal stories, their own personal culture, their own personal values.
Listen to your peers around you. Oftentimes we have a lot of creative ideas of how to teach and how to move beyond the bounds of what it looks like our course is going to be. So sometimes we are given materials for a section that we're teaching or a lab, and it feels like we have to really maintain the rigidity within those. And I think there are ways that I've learned from other Ts how I can still keep that structure, but then incorporate different things. I feel like my toolbox of teaching got much bigger as I sat in rooms and had discussions around teaching with friends, with colleagues, with different programs I was involved in. So just keep listening, and even if you don't think something is applicable to what you're teaching currently, it could come up that later on it would be useful.
The best advice that I've received as a graduate teaching assistant has been to use the CTE. The Center for Teaching Excellence has so many resources available. They host workshops, you can join programs. It's been a way that I have learned about teaching. So much of my graduate school experience has been in the classroom teaching students, and I have learned so many skills and built confidence through the Center for Teaching Excellence.